Yo, RX back with another breakdown of UFC 275, Teixeira versus Santos. Thank God we're finally back with a pay-per-view. It's not a great pay-per-view, but it's the pay-per-view. It ain't no 276, which, holy shit, 276. But it's a borderline fight night. No way, so it's better than nothing. Obviously, before I get into the breakdown, you know me, I like to do a quick recap of last week, which was Volkov and Rosenstrike. Though, just quick breakdown of a very long, 14 fight card? 13, 14 fight card, so Blanchfield and Aldridge. Aldridge was looking great until she got caught in the guillotine. Great comeback by Blanchfield. Renat and Michelitis, not far from how I thought it would go. Molina and Zulgas, could have won either way. Good fight. Gravely and Munoz, god damn, he killed him. Saint Denis and Stotza, not far from what I thought would happen. Jackson, Argentina. Argentina put up a really good fight, but with short notice, not a camp probably at all, if a short one. He couldn't really do much, but respect to him. Selecki and Da Silva really should have been a draw with the point deduction, but without the point deduction, Da Silva should have won. Kovalkiewicz and Herring. Fleece Herring sucks. Enjoy retirement, but don't mind that. You're not that good. Main card, Menafield and Morozov. Thank God Menafield beat that little bitch being a fake. Osborne, Zaruk Adeshev, could not predict it any better. Silva and Botelho sucks. Almeida and Trezano, banger. That, I don't know how Almeida survived round 1, but he did, and what a fight, great fight. Evloev and Ige went exactly as I thought it would. Volkov and Rosenstrike, questionable stoppage, but I've seen worse. But yeah. Last week was a good card. A lot of finishes, very few boring fights. Even most of the decisions were fun, so no, it is what it is. But now we got UFC 275. Obviously, before I get English. Obviously, before I get into the breakdown, like, comment, sub, 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And as always, let's get into this breakdown. First fight on the card, and it's not great. Jocelyn La Pantera Edwards versus Romana Pascal. Why? It's about Jocelyn. Jocelyn is 1-2 in UFC. Beat Yanan Wu in her debut. I do remember that fight. Kind of got beat by Carrosa when she was still good, and then she got Russell fucked by Jessica Rose Clark in her last fight, which was getting close to a year ago. Damn, 30 almost. Fuck. So Jocelyn is pretty much just a boxer. She has really no wrestling. If you get her to the ground, she's probably not gonna get up unless you let her up, and I don't know why you would. Like Jessica Rose Clark, who's not really a wrestler at all. Her last fight showed that. Looked like fucking Habib against Jocelyn Edwards, for fuck's sake. So Edwards, even in her win against Yanan Wu ain't that good, and if I remember that fight correctly, she didn't. Edwards didn't even look that great. So yeah. She's just a lame boxer. She really, even calling her a boxer is disrespectful. Shit, gotta clear the throat. even calling her a boxer is not that fair because she ain't that good of a striker. So she does striking very bad. All we're gonna say. And now talk about Romana Pascal. She's only had one fight in UFC. Came in on a short notice against Josiane Nunes. My brain will work eventually, I swear. And she looked fine. Like, she really was just for coming on a short notice against a little tank like Nunes. She was just what she did what she had to do to be a punching bag. How she survived that fight, I don't know. She almost fucking died. But props to her. She, from if I remember that fight correctly, and if I remember what I've seen from her before, she does a little bit of everything, but none of it. She's a jack of all trades, but a master at none, or something like that. However that quote goes. And like, she's not great at anything, but she will do anything. Best way to describe her. Not really much tape to go off of, besides being a human heavy bag for Josie Nunes. The betting odds do have Jocelyn Edwards minus 170 plus 150. I would have this near even 115. If it stays on the feet, probably Edwards has the advantage, but if it hits the mat, most likely it's Romana's fight, unless Edwards became a fucking wrestler overnight, which I doubt. So yeah, how do I think this fight's gonna go? I think I'm gonna go right off the bat with a dog pick. Not very excited picking a dog right off the bat, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go Romana Pascal in this one. I think she'll be able to get to the mat and do what she has to do. Edwards, well, my voice is completely fucked right now. Nothing new. Edwards is gonna need to keep it on feet, and if she couldn't do that against a complete striker, pretty much, and Jessica Rose Clark, how is she gonna do against someone who is kind of a fucking wrestler? So we'll see. But for my pick, I'm thinking I'm gonna go Romana Pascal by decision. I think she'll do what she has to do to win. And yeah, underdog to start off the night, about 50% confident. Second fight of the night, another woman's fight, and last one for a while on this card. And it's another really low skill one. Silviana La Moldava Gomez Juarez versus Na Dragon Girl Liang. Oh boy. I don't know which fight's worse. Let's talk about Selena Gomez. Every time I read it, I feel it in my head. Gomez is 0-2 in UFC. Stepped in on short notice to fight Lupe Godinez and got completely demolished. And then at the beginning of this year, UFC 270 against Vanessa Demopoulos, she knocked Demopoulos down badly, and then she got caught in an armbar and lost. So yeah, from the little fucking tape off of Gomez in the UFC, she likes to get armbarred, which for who she's fighting in this fight is bad. Very bad. Okay, from what I've seen, from the little I've seen going, she doesn't seem like she's a bad fighter. She doesn't seem like she's a UFC level fighter, you know? She's 37 years old. I don't know how I'm fucking amazed she didn't get cut after the Demopoulos fight. I swear, if you go watch my fucking 270 recap from 6 months ago, I guarantee you I say Gomez should be cut. Cause she should. I don't know why the fuck she's here. 37, not that good. She loses this, I don't know how the fuck she ain't cut. But you know, the UFC has Sam Alvey still on the roster, so what the fuck. Yeah, but overall Gomez ain't great. to talk about her opponent, Na Liang. She's also only had one fight in UFC and lost it, losing to Ariane Konalosi over a year ago now. Goddamn, already been a year. In a complete war. In round one, right off the bat, I think she dropped Konalosi, or I forget who got dropped, but something crazy should happen to start off. It was a war until Na Liang gassed out, which she did. And then that's when Cornelosi started bringing the pressure, and that's when it all went awry. So, yeah. From what a lot of people call Na Liang let me not sound, the Chinese Ronda Rousey. That's not a compliment. That's not a fucking compliment. Which means she's an armbar, even she's losing the fight, so, yeah. Seems like gas tank's a big problem for her, so, you know, not good. Not having a gas tank's very bad. Yeah. So, not much shape to go off of in this fight either, since combined they are 0-3 in the UFC. Cheers, mate. And the betting odds do have Gomez minus 165 plus 140. Fuck it, say nothing. Fuck, it's near even again. How could you pick? It's like, do you want which fucking trash can do you want? The one with 2 L's or one with 1? Which one? And I'm like, fuck, this fight sucks. And Gomez has the advantage on the feet, and Na has the advantage on the ground. But shit. Fuck. Who the fuck do I go with in this fight? Boy. My I don't know. I was gonna say my heart and my brain, they both were saying don't pick this fight. Don't bet this fight. These first two fights, don't fucking pick this fight. Don't. Fuck. Don't bet this fight. Don't. Save your bets for later on the card. These first two fights are fucking terrible. But with that being said, I'm not going the underdog. I'm going Gomez. Am I confident? Not in the fucking slightest. But again, would you rather cut your arm off or your leg off? And I feel like, fuck, neither. I don't want to pick either, but I guess I'm going Gomez because fuck it. I'm going Sylvia Gomez by decision. 20% confident. So yeah, Gomez decision. Now we're on to some actual fucking talent on this card. No offense to the ladies, but y'all fucking suck. As we got Kung Ho, Mr. Perfect Kang versus Donna Storm Bagrel. Still don't know how to say his fucking name right. Let's talk about Mr. Perfect Ho Kang. In the UFC, he's been in the UFC, goddamn, he's been in the UFC for fucking decades. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3-1 in the UFC. His best win is fuck nobody. He's actually beat like nobody good. Guido Canetti. I guess you could call him his best win. Is that saying much? No. Not one bit is that saying much. And all his losses are not to much better competition. The best guy he's fought in UFC, yet he somehow had a split with, and that was Alex Caceres. So, Ho Kang is a wrestler pretty much with a bad gas tank. The Ronnie Yaya fight showed that. He's not really an amazing striker. most of his fights do go the distance. Um, fuck. He's not great. And I think he's very old. No, he's only 34. I thought he was like 38. Yeah, he's not a great fighter, to say the least. His last fight against Yaya, he looked very, 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 very bad. If I remember, he looked very bad. So, yeah. That was also after a 2-year layoff, so. But at the same time, he looked bad. For his opponent, Donna, who was on a fucking killing spree until he met Chris Gutierrez. Donna is 3-2 in UFC. He, like I said, he lost his debut. Then he went on a killing spree of 3. Guido, Natividad, and Brandon Davis. Then Chris Gutierrez exposed him badly. So, yeah. Donna has a lot of power, but does not seem like he can really use it well. Because in that Gutierrez fight, like I said, he got exposed badly. And it kinda showed that he only throws like the same 3 punches. So, yeah, not great. The betting odds do have Donna minus 150 plus 125. Not like if this was Donna before the Gutierrez fight, I would have said he should be minus 2 to 3. But since this is post and he's kind of got exposed, yeah, I'd say he should be a kind of small favorite. That being said, I am still gonna go Donna to knockout Mr. Perfect. I think Donna's still good. I know a lot of people have given up on him after that Gutierrez fight, but I think he's good. I think he's still good. Got a lot of power still, and I think he'll touch the chin of Mr. Perfect just in the right position to send him to Chateau City. So sorry about it. I'm trying to find a fucking betting odds for this next fight. Can't find it. It's alright. Okay, go count those up. Yeah, I'm going Donna Bagarel by knockout in the first, about 60% confident. Yeah, I would probably say about 60. So, yeah, I'm going Donna by knockout in the first. And now we begin the prelims, so as we're just the early prelims, or whatever, where it doesn't change shit. And we begin the prelims with the best prelim fight on the card. Jake, the Celtic Kid Matthews versus Andre Fiallo. Let's talk about the guy with the Celtic Kid we've not seen in like, what, a year and a half now? Yeah, well, man, it's been a fucking minute since we've seen Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews' last fight was UFC 259 against Sean Brady. In the UFC, he's been, god fucking damn, he's been in the UFC for decades. In the UFC, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and 5. His losses, James Vick, Kevin Lee, Andrew Holbrook, Anthony Rocco Martin, and Sean Brady. Ups and downs. You should not be losing to James Vick, but losing to Sean Brady is not terrible. So, yeah, it's a bit not great. His best win, the Leech. Li Jingliang. Besides that, he's really not beaten many great opponents. Diego Sanchez. Fucking, yeah, he's not beaten many great guys. He's a wrestler at heart. In his hands, really, if I remember, ain't much to write home about. he's just a fine striker. He's a very subpar striker, but like I said, he's a wrestler at heart. So what are you gonna do about it? So, but against a wrestler in his last fight, he got out wrestled. So like I guess he ain't that great of a wrestler. And I'll talk about his opponent, Andre Fialho, a guy who's quickly becoming a fan's favorite. 3 fights in 2022 so far, a really good fight. One of the highlights of a very bad card that was UFC 270 against Michel Pereira. And then back-to-back first-round knockouts against Miguel Baeza and Cameron Van Camp. Not bad. Not bad at all. He's a very, again, another guy with a lot of power, very good striker. We've not got to see his ground game in the UFC, if I remember, at all, if much. Maybe we thought a tiny bit against Michel Pereira, but not that much that you can remember, so obviously not important. So, yeah, Fialho is a striker at heart, and what's up with these strikers versus grapplers on this fucking card? He's a, he in his last 2 fights, he's shown he can fucking punch like a motherfucker. Miguel Baeza, he fucking killed him. Van Camp, I don't know why that was even a fight. Like, why did that guy should not have been in the UFC? So, and by the way, that Van Camp fight was 3 weeks ago. That was at 274, right? Unless I'm fucking high, I'm pretty sure that was at 274, and he's already back. Fucking insane. He didn't take much damage by that Van Camp dude. Yeah, 274. God damn, crazy motherfucker. Oh yeah, he's already back, man. Already back. The betting odds on my New York. Betting odds have Andre Fialho -150 plus 125. I guess you can argue a little bit, but he should be a little bit higher of a favorite, but does that change much? I guess 170 wouldn't look that much worse, but you know, it is what it is. What I think's gonna happen in this fight, I think Fialho's gonna tap that chin of Matthews eventually, and I think he's gonna get the W, TKO. When do I think that's gonna happen? I don't think it's gonna be a first round finish. I think it's gonna be a second round finish. Am I gonna look stupid when he finishes him in the first round? Yes. Or do I care? No. So, with that being said, I am going Andre Fialho by knockout in the second. Like I said, I think he's gonna touch that chin of Jake. I think Jake's good, and who knows, if Fialho's a shitty wrestler, then Jake's just gonna wrestle shit out of him. But if he's not a shitty wrestler, then Jake's probably gonna be sleeping some point in the fight. So yeah, going Andre Fialho by knockout in the second. Next up, how the fuck am I saying this name? Next up, Sarah Tate versus Steve Mean Machine Garcia. Let's talk about Tate, not Misha Tate. Tate. This kid got a contract off Contender Series, and this is his debut. I very little remember his Contender Series fight. I remember he got clipped in it, got rocked. Not. If I remember, he didn't look amazing in it, but he did get the win. I guess the contract. Not sure why, but you know what you gonna do about it. So, yeah. Yeah, I remember very little about the guy. I guess he's a wrestler. Again, I don't know much about these Contender Series. I don't fucking remember Contender Series. this year I'm gonna watch Contender Series. I'll like fully watch it, and cause I should I should. If I'm watching this shitty tough season, I should watch fucking DWC. For the opponent, Steve Garcia. He is what, 1-1 in the UFC. Yep, he lost his debut to Luis Pena, and then he got a win in his last fight against Charlie Ontiveros, where he almost lost. If he didn't start becoming a wrestler, he would have lost that fight to Ontiveros, and losing to Ontiveros would be a huge L, because Ontiveros sucks. Yeah, I don't know why Ontiveros is being this almost finishing you, but you know what you're gonna do about it. So, I'm just saying, he almost got finished by Charlie Ontiveros, the guy that Kevin Holland slammed and almost killed. Seemed like so. Yeah, keep that in mind. He really would have lost to Ontiveros if it wasn't for wrestling. And then against Luis Pena, I remember he didn't look great, so whatever. The betting odds make no fucking questionable betting odds. Garcia is minus 155 to plus 135. I would disagree. I think Tate should probably be minus 130, 135. I think almost losing to Charlie Ontiveros is an L in itself. So, yeah, with that being said, I am going to go with the underdog in this fight, in Tate, whatever the fuck his name is, by decision. I think he's, I don't know much about the kid, but I feel like he will be able to get the dub here. Don't know why, I just feel it. Going Tate by decision, about 40% confident. So yeah. The second to last, now up next, the second to last prelim. What were we about? Half an hour in, 27 minutes. Beautiful. Next fight, Sung Sting Woo Choi versus Joshua Kulibao. This is a very interesting fight. Very weird very weird fight at 145. Let's talk about Woo Choi, fucking giant for being at 145. In the UFC, he is 3-3. Ooh. He lost to Mansour Evloev, Gavin Tucker, and Alex Caceres. He's beat really known his best win, Julian Erosa, which that one has aged better, but not amazingly. Against Caceres, he really should have won if he didn't throw a knee Piotr Jan style. Because if he didn't throw a knee, he probably would have finished Alex right there and then. But Alex got up, got his back, and got the win. So, you know, all his losses are to really good fighters. Evloev, we just saw dominate Dan Ige. Gavin Tucker, we all know is a dog. And Alexis Caceres, we all know is a really good veteran. So, can't really complain about any of those losses, can you? I don't think so. Get more betting odds up because they don't fucking know how to show up on Topology sometimes. Yeah, Woo Choi main advantage is height. He's really not amazing at anything. He's a fine striker, but you know what you can do about wrestling. We've not really, if I remember, we've not seen much of lately, at least. So yeah, dude's 6 feet tall at fucking 145. That's fucking insane. So yeah. And I'll talk about his opponent, Joshua Kulibao. He is a couple less UFC fights, more like 1-1-1. He lost to Jadon Turner, not mad at that. Had a draw with Charles Jourdain, and then beat Nuden Becky in his last fight over a year ago. He, if I remember correctly, he's not great at anything really. Pretty sure he's a wrestler, if I'm correct, with some striking. I remember so little about Kulibao. It's not even funny. He's fine from what I remember. He's just fine. The betting odds do have Sung Hoo Choi minus 240. Wow. The plus 200. That's kind of insane. The first big favorite on the night, and I'm not saying I don't think he should be minus 240. I think I'd drop him down to maybe a minus 190 to 200. I think 240 is a little much, but what do I know? Not saying I'm not going with Sung Hoo Choi, because I am, but I still think minus 240 is a little up there. So, with that being said, I am going Sung Hoo Choi by probably decision. I don't see him really finishing Kulibao. Doesn't seem like that easy. So, I'm going Choi by decision. And now the featured prelim. And I don't know why the thing Fallow and Matthews, but what the fuck ever. Featured prelim, Brendan All-In Allen versus Jacob Mamba Malkoon. Who did Allen step in for like 2 weeks ago? Nobody. This was the fight booked. I forgot some fights that got cancelled. I completely forgot to talk about them. Before I start the main card talk, I'll always talk about the 3 fights that's been cancelled from this card. But let's talk about Brendan Allen. We all know we're getting with Brendan Allen, a very weak striker to say the least, but he's a very good wrestler. In the UFC, he is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3. 6 and 2. 6 and 2. His only 2 losses are to Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis. Damn, that camp owns Brendan Allen. Strickland's just really good, and Curtis, Allen should have tried to wrestle. Not gonna lie. He probably should have tried to become a wrestler. I don't know why he tried to strike with Chris Curtis, but whatever. In his last fight, he did beat Sam Alvey, who hasn't. So I'm not saying much. His best win, Kevin Holland. That win has aged very well. Yeah, Allen's good. Again, if he wrestled against Curtis, he probably would have won. So, he's fine. He's fine for what he is. He's not great. He, at best, you can say that at 14th ranked, 15th ranked 185er, but even that's being generous and saying that 185 is like super dead. Yeah. And now to talk about his opponent, Jacob Malkoon. He is 2-1 in the UFC. Got knocked out cold in 18 seconds by Phil Hawes. Then he had one of the most boring fights of last year against Abdulrazak Al Hassan, when he just laid on him. And then he had another boring fight against AJ Dobson earlier this year on a card with his best friend Robert. The only reason he's in the UFC, Whitaker. He's a complete wrestler, not a good one either. He's a complete lay on you to a win wrestler, which sucks. But thank God they matched him up with a wrestler who's gonna show him how to actually wrestle. So yay. With that being said, yeah, this is gonna be a complete wrestling match, and if it is on the feet, I might take Allen. So, yeah. With that being said, this is that middle right? Yes. The betting guys do have Brandon Allen minus 255 to plus 205. I probably have Allen plus, not plus, minus 220 plus, minus 210, probably not 250. I think that's a little high, but still, whatever. Yeah, I'm going Brandon Allen. I'm not stupid. I think he'll show Mal Cocoon how to be a wrestler and not be fucking the most boring fighter on the roster. So, going Brandon Allen by decision. So, those are the prelims. Nothing amazing, but nothing bad. As I just said before I get into the main card, there have been 3 fights canceled. Not today, just over since this card's been booked. Blood Diamond and Oren Kofi was supposed to happen. That got moved to 277. Kung Ho Kang was not supposed to be fighting Donna. He was supposed to be fighting Simon Oliveira, Mr. Guillotine himself. Oliveira pulled out, obviously. And then the real kicker, the real suck, the real fuck, the real goddamn it, the real L, Marvin Vittori and Robert Whitaker. We did lose that fight off the card. Robert got hurt like he always does. So, that's in the chat. But we still got a decent main card that I've seen worse. So, let's start off this pay-per-view main card with a welterweight battle. Jack Della Maddalena versus Ramiz Goretz Amiz. Ramazan Amiz. One of those names. Let's talk about JDM. Coming off Contender Series, having a really good showing against Angulosa. And then in his UFC debut. Sorry, I got distracted by something. In the UFC debut against Pete Rodriguez, he completely dominated him like he should have. I don't think there was any surprise that he beat Pete Rodriguez. It was supposed to be Warley Alves, but he pulled out, so yeah. JDM is very, 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 very good. He is very good. He is, 25, and he looks like a killer. Very good hands, very good striking, good power. He's very good. We've not seen his wrestling much. I don't remember. We didn't see his wrestling in his first 2 fights, Contender Series or debut, but I've not heard anyone talk bad about his wrestling, so gotta be doing something right. And I'll talk about his opponent, Ramazan Amiz, Dagestani wrestler. Oh boy. In the UFC, Amiv is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. Only losses are to Anthony Rocco Martin and Danny Roberts. His best win. No, Sam Alvey, I guess. None of his fights are actually that great, so he's really beat no one good. Plus that Danny Roberts, love. Obviously, Amiv, wrestler, Dagestan. What do you expect from him any more than? I'm fucking tired just saying about these boring fighters. What else would you expect from me besides, brother, I smash. Brother, I gotta smash. And smash he will not do to Jack Della Maddalena, because I think Jack Della Maddalena is gonna get the W here. I think when the betting odds agree with me, minus 135 for JDM. I disagree. I think he should be minus 180-ish. Ameev is 10 years older and not that good. JDM is very good, very young, very good prospect. Excited to see what he does in this 170 division. And I think he's gonna kick off 2022 with a second knockout. His second win this year. And I think it's gonna be a nice knockout. I think he's gonna send Ameev to the Shadow Realm. And I think I was thinking about picking round 2, but I think he's gonna get him in round 1. So I'm going Jack Della Maddalena by knockout in the first. I think I might drop this confidence shit because I forget it half the time anyway. But yeah, I think I'm excited. I'm very excited to see how JDM looks. Next up will be about 40 minutes in. Beautiful. 4 fights left. The last fight before the big 3, and it's some flyweights. Raggio Bontarine versus Manel Starboy Cape Cop. Let's talk about Bontarine. Bontarine ain't that good, let's be honest. In the UFC, he is 3-3. Losses: Ray Borg, Kai Kerr France, and Brandon Royval. Wins: his best wins Javier Paiva. Is not saying much. A lot of people say he should have won that Royval fight. No, I don't see it. Could have won either way. Kai Kerr France sent him to the Shadow Realm. He's just not that good. He's a wrestler he's not really that good. That's the thing. He's just not good. So that Schnell fight was fucking terrible. But this fight's really good because this is gonna be Manel Cop's step into the top 10. And speak about that man, here's Manel Cop. What can we say about him? He is 2-2 in the UFC. He started off really slow, losing to Alexander Pantoja and Maciej Nicolaitis. But then he came back and murdered 2 guys who were fighting last week in Ode Osborne and Zulgas Zumagulov. So he completely knocked him out cold, and now he's starting to be that guy people saw on the regional scene, killing everyone, and why he was already fighting top guys when he debuted. So yeah. The betting odds do have Manel minus 235 plus 190. I would probably have Manel around 250. He should win this pretty easily. Bontarine ain't that good. Unless Cop has problems with wrestling, which I don't think he does, he should win this pretty soundly. So, Manel Cop by knockout in the first. Back-to-back knockout in the first. Ooh, this card needs that. So, it would be nice if that happened. that back-to-back prospects getting nice knockouts on veterans would be very nice. I won't complain. So, yeah. Cop knockout first. After that, holy shit, this fight's really happening. Oh god, I don't think I'm not ready for this fight. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this fight. It's the rematch we've all been waiting for. And that is the rematch of the greatest female fight of all time, and maybe the greatest fight of all time. Magnum Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Good lord. Good lord, good lord, good lord. The queen is back. Well, first we gotta talk about the Magnum. In the UFC, she's had a pretty clean record until she hasn't. She is 5-2. Her 2 outs come to the same person, Rose Namajunas. She did not win the rematch. You're a fucking idiot if you think she did. I don't know what fight you watched, but you're an idiot. She started off killing everyone, and then JJ gave her a fight a year later. Rose kicked her in the face, and then later in that year, she lost again. Whaley's now training with Figgy, Cejudo, Korean Zombie, etc., etc., which means I would not be shocked if she comes out with a wrestling game plan this fight. But if you know Joanna, it's not easy to take down Joanna, so keep that in mind. But do I need to talk about Whaley? We all know what we're getting. We're getting great striking, and she might come out with a wrestling game plan. I would not be shocked, so be ready. But talk about her returning opponent after 2 years, and honestly, can't really get mad at why she was off for 2 years, because did you see her fucking forehead? No, so yeah. But the queen is back, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I've been waiting for this shit for so long. She's back. In the UFC, she is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-4. Only lost her to Rose twice, Valentina, and Weili Zhang. Not terrible people to lose to. There's much worse people to lose to. So yeah. You know what you're getting with Joanna. You're getting some of the most crisp striking you can think of, and just all around a war. If she has to wrestle, she will, but it's not really a main plan, I guess you would say, a main game plan in her playbook. So, the fuck. So, don't be shocked if Weili does try to wrestle this fight, but at the same time, if you know Joanna, unless she's badly rusted after 2 years or just washed, she should not go to the ground easily. So, yeah. But the betting odds do have Weili minus 165 plus 140. As much as I hate to agree, I probably would agree Weili should be the favorite. I don't think I would say 160. I would say probably more 140, 145, but whatever. It doesn't really change much. I'm not going with Weili, being a little biased, but I do agree with her being the favorite. We've seen her twice since the first fight. Yes, they've been losses, but still, being active. JJ has been off for 2.5 years now, almost, and who knows how much she's really been training over those 2 years since now, so who knows. Who am I going with in the fight? Of course, I'm biased. JJ is my favorite female fighter, and if you know me, I love JJ, so I'm definitely going Joanna Jędrzejczyk to win her return. Still don't think the winner of the fight should get a title fight or title shot, but you know, what are you gonna do about it? I think you're completely fucking over Marina Rodriguez. But yeah. Hell, I don't think the winner should face Marina Rodriguez, if anything. Or most likely they'll have the loser, but whatever. Fuck, 45 minutes of talking kills your throat. But yeah, I'm going Joanna Jędrzejczyk by decision. This fight should be 5 rounds, but 3. I've heard people say, oh, that's a disadvantage to JJ. Is it? It would just make JJ fight tougher for 3 rounds and smarter for 5. Yeah, I'm going Joanna by decision. Not gonna waste much time on the co-main. Val's gonna win. Talia's her best fight she's had since Nunez, Carmouche, but yeah, Valentina's gonna win. Well, Valentina by. Does she finish her? Does she finish Talia? Mm, I'm gonna go Shevchenko by decision. I think. I don't know why. I don't see her finishing here. I see a decision here. Oh. Yeah, I'm going Valentina by decision. Lock of the night. Pretty simple. I was literally not thinking about who I'm picking. It's more how do I think Val's gonna win. Come on. Pretty simple. Valentina decision, lock of the night. People are really picking Santos. You're insane. And the main event of the evening. The light heavyweight championship on the line. The champion, Glover, the Brazilian pit bull, Teixeira, defends his belt in his first defense against Yuri Denisa Prohaska. Not gonna look into their record. You know these two. You know you're getting with Glover. You're getting a guy who has all of the heart in the world. 43 years old. UFC champion. The old man look's gonna run out eventually. Doesn't run out at 275. We'll see. But he's a tough motherfucker. He's been through hell and back to get this belt. And all props to him. If he can get you to the ground, you're in definition of fucked. But if you can keep it on the feet, he's deadly there too. So, but talk about his insane opponent, Yuri. 2 UFC fights and fighting for the belt because he killed Volkan Oezdemir and Dominic Reyes. He is like Michel Pereira, but better. He is completely fucking insane. Does not care about if he's taking damage or you. He will fight till he dies. I've seen a lot more people pick Glover this week because they wanna seem smart if he does win. But the old man looks run out eventually, and Yuri ain't a 39-year-old Jan Blachowicz who's gonna gas out. I'm sorry. If Yuri loses this fight, that means Glover has taken so much fucking punishment. Yuri has just died, gas tank wise. And if that happened, Glover is the toughest human being alive. The toughest 43-year-old alive. Because, like I said, if he's getting Yuri's back, that means he's fucking taken so much punishment that Yuri has just gassed himself out trying to finish him. So, crazy. The betting odds do have Yuri minus 200 on the money. I agree. I think this fight's more competitive than the Val fight, but I don't see Glover winning. I just don't. Would it be nice? Yes, but I just don't see it happening. Yuri's an insane motherfucker. He's just fucking insane, and I don't think Glover at this point in his career, or really any point in his career, could take Yuri. So, I'm going Yuri Prohaska by knockout in the first or second. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what weigh-ins tell me, but within the first 2 rounds, I think Yuri gets him out of there. So, yeah. To go over my picks one more time. Romana Pascal decision, Sylvia Gomez decision, Donna Bagcarel knockout in the first, Andre Fiallo knockout in the second, Misha Haight decision, Sung-Hoo Choi decision, Brendan Allen decision, Jack Della Maddalena knockout in the first, Manel Kopp knockout in the first, Joanna Jędrzejczyk decision, Valentina Shevchenko lock of the night, of course, decision, and Yuri Prohaska knockout in the first or second. There is UFC 275. Overall, it's very meh. card, nothing. You're gonna fucking run to buy. But yeah, it's whatever. It's no 276, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll hear from me again next week for a recap of this card at the beginning of the video, which will be a breakdown of UFC Austin, Qatar, and Emmett, which should be an amazing card. If you look at that card right now, it looks pretty fucking stacked. So I'm excited for that card, and yeah, we got 275. Not much more to say, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, sub, 100 subs over the end. Yeah. And as always, RX out. The Boogie Woman is coming tomorrow.